How's it going, everybody? It's Pride here and welcome back to another video. Today we're here to talk about Code Vein. If you guys don't remember this game, which some of you guys might have forgotten, it was the game that a couple weeks back everybody was super hyped about, maybe the new From Software game. I made a couple videos on it from the beginning. I said, don't get your hopes up. This is probably not a new From Software game, and we were right. It's not a new From Software game. It's a game developed by the guys who made God Eater, which is basically a video game based on an anime, or the other way around. I apologize, I'm not really too familiar with the series. Now, about 2 weeks back, there was some info released on the game. I did make a video on it. It did pretty well. I'm guessing people are pretty interested in this game, especially after it got all the hype because of the tagline, people thinking that it was a new From Software game. And we did discover that we are indeed going to be getting possibly a new Souls-like game, which did get me excited for this game. I thought I was very interested in it. But then the hype for me kind of died down after that. I was like, I don't know, it may be a Souls-like game, but nobody does Dark Souls like From Software. But I guess I'll just kind of look out for it. So the new trailer was released, and they showed some gameplay. So we get the first look of the gameplay. So I guess I'll show it to you guys here. And it's going to have to be here in a little screen here because, Bandai Namco isn't afraid to throw those third-party copyrights out there. So here it is, the trailer. So I'm pretty impressed with the trailer. The trailer looks pretty fantastic for this game. I'm definitely a lot more hyped now, and we did get to see a little bit of gameplay, not too much. And we are indeed getting a Souls-like game, which is pretty awesome. I was kind of afraid that, when they said RPG, they never really mentioned that it was going to be Dark Souls-like. They just said it was going to be a difficult role-playing game where you explore a open world, or kind of like, I think they described it as caves that you explore. But we do get a little bit of gameplay, and for the most part, I like the design look of the game. I think it looks really cool. It mixes 2 or 3 of my favorite things: Dark Souls-like games, role-playing games, and anime. Which, I mean, that's a great combo already in itself. We don't get a bunch of gameplay. We get a little bit of gameplay. They show what may be boss fights. I'm not entirely sure. They may be just regular characters that you run into, or regular enemies, my bad. But they are, bigger enemies that seem more difficult. And the combat does seem pretty similar to, like, Dark Souls. The graphics aren't that bad. I like the design style. Obviously, it's like an anime style game, but usually those are kind of like lower quality. Not the games themselves. I'm saying like the animation quality and the way the world looks sometimes can be a little bit lower quality, but the game itself looks pretty fantastic. Granted, we are just getting footage that is very, very early, I'm guessing, because the game's probably not going to come out for another year. So everything that we see in this trailer, which is just a little bit of gameplay, which is, apparently possibly seem to have iframes on your rolls the way you do in Dark Souls. We see that in the boss fights, or whatever they may be, you do get to play co-op with the female character. I'm not entirely sure if you can choose which one you want to play as. I'm obviously going to play as the female character, who is probably an 80-year-old woman who looks 8. So, like typical anime. A few weapons here and there throughout the trailer. We do know that we are going to get a bunch of different weapons, similar to the style of weapons that you see in most games, swords, katanas, hammers, great hammers, stuff like that. But before, I was kind of like, my hype had kind of died down for this game, but I'm definitely back on the hype train for Code Vein. Now, I'm not going to be hyped for a fucking year. There's no goddamn way I'm going to be this hyped in a year from now. But hopefully we get little snippets of this game here and there, a bit more gameplay. Usually, getting closer to release date, Bandai Namco does do a lot of promotional stuff like live streams and stuff like that where they show gameplay. You've probably noticed that throughout pretty much all of their recent games, Dragon Ball Xenoverse and Dark Souls. They usually like doing live streams where they show gameplay and stuff like that. I do think we're going to see more. It may not be anytime soon, but I'm pretty excited for this game. I think it looks fucking cool. Just playing a Dark Souls-like game that is kind of in anime style. Oh, that sounds fantastic. That just sounds brilliant. We have enough waifus in fucking Dark Souls 3 with the Firekeeper. There's going to be a lot more weebs on this game, though. A lot of them. Yeah, it may not be worth it. It may not be worth it for this game to come out. But either way, I just wanted to show you guys the trailer, give you guys my thoughts and opinion on it, because I think it looks cool. I'm pretty excited to play it in a year. Yeah. And I guess since we're kind of done talking about that, I'll talk a little bit about yesterday. You guys may have missed it, but I didn't upload a video yesterday. I guess you probably did miss it because there was nothing to miss. But my internet was out basically for like 40 fucking hours yesterday in my area code. A bunch of people had their internet out. Wasn't able to upload a video yesterday because by the time that I thought of, and me and my brother thought of, like, oh, why don't we just use hotspot for the actual computer and the internet and stuff, it was already like 2 or 3 p.m. I was already kind of sleepy, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll try uploading my video. My brother tried uploading his videos that were like 4 minutes or something like that, and they were taking about 20 minutes to upload. So the video that I had planned for that day was over 20 minutes long. So yeah, that would have taken about 2 or 3 hours, maybe more, especially considering it was like 4 gigs or some shit like that. You guys probably are going to see the video here later on today, but I thought I should just mention it in case you... Okay then. I thought I should just mention it in case you guys were wondering why there was no video yesterday, but thank you guys so much for watching this one. Let me know what you think about this game, man. Are you more excited now that you actually get a little snippet of gameplay, or are you still kind of on the fence about this game? Like, man, I don't know if it's going to be good. It may be pretty bad. I don't know. To be honest, we just have to wait for more gameplay. I do think it looks pretty sweet, though. But, yeah, that's going to be it. Talk to you all later. Peace, everybody.